Welcome, Andor. Welcome back to Binge-Worthy. If you want to see more reviews of TV series, then subscribe. We've got a few under our belt right now, and we're covering Game of Thrones all the way to its final season.
Yep. And today we're reviewing Game of Thrones Season 2.
Let's do it! So, Game of Thrones Season 2 basically is almost just a direct carryover from Season 1. I think like a little bit of time passes, but basically we're just seeing these people continue to find their way towards the throne in this semi-fantastical world. Jon Snow is going out into the area beyond the wall. Daenerys is struggling to find a location for her, what's left of her Khalasar. Joffrey's being a douche in King's Landing.
Joffrey is being Joffrey.
And the King of the North is just doing mighty fine. Young Wolf, bringing them home, capturing Jaime Lannister, showing them what for. Gotta love that man. Anyway, let's get into it. First off, just general thoughts. What'd you think, as the newcomer to Game of Thrones, what'd you think of the season?
So much better than Season 1. I enjoyed it way more. I had such a better time.
Just so much more is happening in this season. Like the from start to finish. Like the thing about Game of Thrones is like every episode, it just keeps progressing and getting better. Like it's like one massive series that is just constant build up to a very specific point, and that is probably the entirety of Season 8. Yeah, so I agree with you.
Yeah.
Much better season. We already rated the first one very high, and I think it's clear that this one is even better.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
I agree. Season 2 is definitely better than Season 1, and then so on and so forth. So it'll just keep getting better. It's just gonna keep getting better.
Season 3 might be very, very soon on the horizon for us. Because you just can't get enough. Like, it's good stuff. So Corey, I want to start with you. What would you rate this season?
I think I would rate it a 9 out of 10. I just really enjoy Game of Thrones, and there's a lot of good stuff for this season.
I'm curious, because you weren't on for our Season 1 review. What do you think you would have rated Season 1? We rated it a 7.5.
You gotta think and remember how boring it was.
I still really enjoyed Season 1. I would probably give it an 8.
Okay. Isaac?
Yep.
What would you rate this season?
8 out of 10.
8 out of 10?
Yeah.
Slow upwards progression.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it.
Yeah, it was significantly better than the first one, but I still think it could be way better than it is.
And it will.
Like, there's still lulls, like there's still points in the season where it's boring, but even like those parts are better than the parts in Season 1.
Gotcha.
And it's like there's just way more happening. So, yeah. And we're gonna see some White Walkers.
I'll tell you what's going to happen here. Just in retrospect, I think this might be our first retroactive grading. But I'm going to bump my 8 for last season down to a 7 and throw Corey's 8 in.
There will probably be a lot of this as we go along. Just because it just gets better.
And this season, I'm going to give this one an 8. Because I do happen to know that there's just so much good coming in the future that there's just so much room for improvement.
Mm-hmm.
Retroactive confirmation, our official Toasty show rating for Season 1 of Game of Thrones is now a 7.3. So it went down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit worse than our initial judging. this season, season 2, Game of Thrones, 8.3. Still room for improvement.
Yeah.
A lot of room for improvement, really. Let's talk about some character arcs that happened here. Are there any in particular that stood out to you that you liked the most? Rob. The King of the North!
Rob's great. You cannot love him.
I'm saying it right now, Rob is the favorite character for me.
Yeah.
He beats out Daenerys this season.
Yeah, he does.
Like,
we don't get much of Daenerys this season.
her stuff is boring this season. To be honest, like, the stuff in Essos this season, boring.
Yeah, it like flipped.
Yeah, it did. Everything that was going on over here, interesting. Essos,
Yeah.
That'll change back at some point, because Daenerys about to go ham.
And dragons.
I think it's in season 3 that Daenerys kind of hits her stride.
That's when it starts picking up, yeah.
She starts being a savage. But anyways.
Rob.
Yeah, Rob.
Yeah.
King of the North.
He's just great. You can't not love that man.
Like, he's just so dang likable.
Yeah.
And his lady love, the Queen of the North.
Dude never blinks when he sees her.
Right? Like, you
that
gotta
dude
keep
never
his
blinks. He's
eyes
like
on her at all times. It's good stuff. It's like
You just can't explain it.
you just can't explain it. He's a good dude.
Good king.
Segueing off of that, he was betrayed this season by his best friend and trusted brother, Theon Greyjoy.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel about Theon this season?
I hate him.
Also his mom. His mom.
He can go suck it.
His mom betrayed him too.
Oh yeah, technically, yeah.
Yeah, that was a low blow.
It was.
But yeah, Theon.
Necessary blow, I suppose.
Yeah.
Theon.
Yeah, Theon really did the man dirty.
Yeah, he was tripping this season. He needs to work on that.
Theon is now MIA. We'll see what happens with him in the future. Let's talk about some stuff that happens in King's Landing. Do you like what was going on with the Lannisters over there? And Sansa?
I liked when Joffrey got that pie in the face.
Dude, are we ever supposed to like what's happening with the Lannisters in King's Landing? No. Except for
Tyrion.
yes, I forgot his name for a second.
You digging Tyrion this season?
Yeah.
Yeah, Tyrion's got to be a favorite in the series. Tyrion is a favorite in the series. I'm watching that. Like,
He's great.
Everybody loves Tyrion.
He's so much better than his siblings.
I
so much better.
like Jaime.
I like Jaime too.
And I think you will come to like him.
I don't think I've seen enough of him.
I think you'll get there.
We know things you don't.
We already said Daenerys' arc was kind of boring this season.
Yeah.
Like, Karth has got to be by far the most boring confrontation
In the series that I've seen.
Yeah, like Karth is just like the moment you start hearing about the 13 and the Red Waste and all that, like it just sounds boring, and it is. But we're past that now. Does have a good resolution, I think. I thought the ending to Karth was fairly good.
Yeah, it's just the ending of it.
What? Jon Snow.
I like Jon Snow.
A lot of people like Jon Snow.
Yeah.
He's a good character.
Did you like what happened in this season? He
He
didn't do a whole lot.
Yeah.
But he did some stuff. Like, he basically spent his entire time beyond the wall, I believe. Yeah,
Getting captured.
yeah, with Mr. Daughter Rape and
And Ygritte.
and Ygritte.
Yep.
How'd you feel about Ygritte?
Which one's that?
I think she's a fun character.
Is that the redhead?
Yeah.
Oh.
Jon Snow.
She's something. She's okay.
She's something.
Like, I don't know. I don't really know how I feel about her, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like her and I don't hate her. She's like a gray area.
That's understandable.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like, I guess she's an acquired taste. Now, we've talked about the overall arcs. Rob's, obviously, one of the most interesting. But, episodes. Where are we at as far as episodes? What are you thinking? Like, were there any standout episodes to you?
Episode 9. Episode 9.
What do you got?
I like the last episode.
Last episode? I also like the last episode.
This episode.
I thought going into the season that episode 9 would be my favorite, but I'm kind of back and forth now.
It's kind of like a split between the two, because it's such a good resolution episode.
Yeah,
like season.
In a normal show, you would kind of feel like 9 was the end.
Yeah, it could have been.
It could have been, but I think that they went ahead with episode 10 and wrapped it up somehow even better. And I gotta say, yeah, probably 10 is the favorite for the season. Jack and Hagar, that's another character that I really liked in this season. Like when I first saw Jack and Hagar and like all this stuff, I was just like, dude, you're cool. You're just so cool. I don't know anything about you, but you're just so cool.
And of course, in the last episode, you know what I'm saying?
I think I know what you're saying, but I feel like you want to say it.
And the White Walkers.
Yes, you did get to see a little bit more of the White Walkers. Sam is currently in the middle of those White Walkers.
I think he'll survive that though. They just like he looked at him, and like he just like whatever.
We do talk about spoilers a lot on this show, but Isaac has not seen spoilers for the rest of the series, so if you're seeing this, please do not comment any spoilers that Isaac might see. We do want to keep things Isaac-free for him. We have taken a list of every existing character in the show, and we've written their name down and had Isaac guess whether they are alive or dead by the end of Season 7. So please do not spoil that for him.
Yeah.
We'll say you're probably about 50-50 on all of them.
It's just so hard.
Yeah, understandable.
Too many more seasons to really know.
Yeah. I wonder how close he'll get as the coming seasons move by.
We'll have to do it for Season 8.
Yep.
Oh yeah, we will make a prediction once we finish 7 and move on to 8. Oh man. Oh man, oh man, oh man. Because like that's the big question is who sits on the Iron Throne in the end? We won't answer that here, but that's like the big question. Who wins the Game of Thrones? But any
least favorite character.
Least favorite character, Sansa. I hate Sansa, man. She's so...
She is.
Yeah.
Like, Cersei, I can respect as a good... Well, I really hate Shay as well.
Why? Why you got so much hate
on
Shay?
I don't like Shay.
She don't be doing nothing.
I don't know whether it's her acting,
or
just
her
dead,
face.
like a dead fish, or just the fact that she's always just a B-word about everything. I don't like her.
For me, Joffrey and Cersei, they weren't as bad as they were in the first season, I don't think. They're still bad. I still hate them.
Oh, in this season, I think you can kind of laugh at how... Because, like, I think they're making Joffrey kind of, like, bad, but, like, bad at being bad, so it's at his own expense. So I think that kind of lends itself to liking Joffrey as a character a little bit more. Not like liking him, but liking the character in the show.
He's almost laughable.
Yeah.
Like, you can laugh at him.
Yeah, you can laugh at what he does.
Yeah. You might not like what he does, but it's still like, it doesn't piss you off as much as I think it used to. But yeah, Sansa is just...
She's rough, man.
I don't like her at all. She's... I don't know. I can't... my least favorite.
I think I'm with Dylan Shay. I don't know. Sansa, I kind of get why she's the way she is, just because the scenario she's in, like, she's captured. She doesn't really know what to do.
But, like, I think I'm in a hard tie between Sansa and shit. I can't pick either one because I think, because I have seen the series, the rest of what happens in the series is influencing me a little bit on either one, so I'm just gonna say it's between Shay and Sansa.
For me, it's Sansa. I think pretty easily.
Sansa's like she's a really bad character in the early series. Maybe she gets better later on. I don't know. I can't make that call. The Battle of Blackwater Bay. That's a pretty good stuff. Like I really like Tyrion in battle. Mm-hmm. Like he got knocked out his first battle. But, like during that, when he was saving the city, like he was pretty awesome.
Mm-hmm. His speech.
Yeah, and then he got like cut down. Isaac was all like. But no, like Wildfire. I love Wildfire.
When they blew all that junk up, I was like, oh my.
That's the big. There were like 3 separate occasions during that where you were like, oh my god. It kept like panning out to more and more explosion. And you're just, oh.
Like I was like, thought they may blow up too, but they blew up all of it.
Like they took out the whole fleet. Yeah, like that's one of the better scenes in the early series. I think it gets topped in later stuff.
Oh, yeah. There's a few.
Just because the show is able to go bigger and the visual effects are better and dragons exist. I do want to know your thoughts on Stannis and Melisandre and everything that's going on there, though.
That's just weird. Like, I don't even know what's going on. It's just weird.
It does, like, it kind of feels normal because we have seen the rest of the show, but like I guess the show up to that point, except for like dragons, there's not too much mystical going on. But then you get to like Stannis and Melisandre, like it's weird stuff.
It's just weird.
Like she's giving birth to the friggin' smoke monster in Lost, and
she's doing crazy junk.
Girl.
It's just very weird. Everything that's happening there.
So we have one last question to ask my boys. To binge or not to binge?
To binge.
To binge.
To binge.
Way more to binge than the first one. Like I'm almost willing to like...
It feels like nothing almost. Yeah. Like you just go through it and you're like, this is good stuff.
Yeah. Like I'm almost willing to go back and say that the first one was not to binge. Like, thinking about how boring it actually was.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, half of it was to binge. Half of it wasn't.
You go back now and you're just like, Ned Stark wasn't a main character.
Like, yeah. But yeah, this season is definitely to binge.
I can't wait. I cannot wait to hear your thoughts on season 3. I can't wait.
I can't wait for 4, 5, and 6 though.
I can't wait for you to see the rest of the series. Like it just keeps getting better. So we're gonna wrap up here. If you want to see more TV reviews, there's a playlist at the end of this video. We've got a good few more for you there. You can watch us destroy 13 Reasons Why.
Oh yeah.
Or anything of the sort. So if you want to see that, enjoy and stay toasty.